Okay, ready, go. Ready, go. In the front view here, go. Backswing is not that big. Mm-hmm. You can go up actually a lot more. Your upper body is leaning away.
What's going this way?
Yeah, your upper body is leaning this way. So that means that you don't allow your pelvis to shift away.
Okay, I've been kind of trying to work on that.
And on the way down, if you look at the finished position here, instead of the left foot is leaving the ground, instead of just rolling this way, you're going like this, so going backward too much.
Oh, really? Okay.
Your left hip is going backward too much.
Okay.
So the heel is planted, but the front part of the foot is leaving the ground quite a bit.
So almost like this, like that?
Oh, you have to stand on the left side more.
So more like this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, really? Okay. Okay.
Part of the reason is your legs. Your legs have slightly X shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons.
Okay.
And then, so the right foot completely goes like this. Mm-hmm. This is moving backward quite a bit, going like this.
So my right foot needs to go more that way?
So if you have the feel of standing on the left side, or standing on the left side, then it'll be better.
Okay.
Down the line view here. Go. Part of the reason why you end up with that position is that the upper body is leaning this way, and then the pelvis is sliding quite a bit here.
Okay.
Then obviously it has to move away quite a bit. So you have, let's go back to the frontal view here.
There's a question. Does my pelvis set up kind of like this?
Initially?
Yeah.
So, initially your knees are slightly in here, and you're in this position here.
Oh, my setup is?
Yeah, starting from there.
Yeah, because I kind of trigger it like that.
Yeah. So then, in the backswing, you're going to this position here.
Oh, okay.
Instead of ball going this way here. Having a slightly reverse pivot posture here.
Okay.
Yeah, so here, your leg is completely straight, but that means actually your right hip is moving backward in the backswing.
Okay.
And on the way down, essentially, the sliding here, and then try to hit the ball with the arms here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm going like this. Okay.
And you have to use your body.
Yeah.
But you're fairly it's arm driven.
Yeah.
And so currently the distance can go almost 300 there.
Yeah.
But it's not consistent. Mm-hmm. It's because the lower body is not doing that much, and you try to hit the ball with the upper body only.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll improve the rhythm today.
Yeah.
Okay, you're an expert, so I'm not going to go through all the basics, but we'll try to improve your rhythm, and particularly we need to speed up your backswing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. When you have active backswing, downswing becomes pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But if the backswing is relatively slow, and then you're not using the body, simply just slide away and then try to hit the ball with the arms, then you put a lot of effort using the arms.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So what we'll practice is the so-called two-step swing drills.
Okay.
And it has 3 stages. Stage 1, you will take 2 steps. So first away and then toward. So after you take both steps, then you are going to your regular stance. So from here, you take this away step and then toward the step here. Then this should be your regular stance.
Okay.
And then in these step drills, what's important is having this trigger motion. So throw the club toward the target first, and then take this step, swing back, and then take this step, and then let it go.
Okay.
And then the key is continuous clubhead motion. So your steps should not interfere with the clubhead motion. Okay. So let's see if we can do this.
Okay. So which one want to do first? Is it step 1?
So fit together, throw the club this way, and then take the step that way, and then take this step. Mhm. You put a lot of effort in the downswing.
Okay, yeah.
So instead, try to have just a continuous motion for the moment.
Okay.
You don't have to swing that hard.
Okay.
We'll just practice the rhythm. So again. Now, when you take the step, particularly the second step, if you bring your foot in, and then try to go out, then you are late.
Okay.
Just a step outward.
Okay.
So here, step outward and step outward instead of step and then take this in and then try to go out. Okay? Again. And in doing that, instead of putting effort in the downswing, try to put more effort in the backswing. And then try to limit the trigger motion about this high instead of going too high.
Okay.
Yeah, and then as you do that, you have to turn your body.
So more like this.
Yeah. And also, let's go to that position again.
Okay.
From there, instead of this,
Or there, okay.
use the wrist.
Okay.
Add the wrist motion at the end.
Okay. So like here.
Yeah.
And
And then because the body is turned, you can start the backswing actively by turning the body.
Okay.
This is to promote active backswing.
Okay. So here, down. He's doing step.
Again, you put effort in the downswing.
Really?
Try not to put a lot of effort in the downswing,
Okay.
but rather active backswing.
Okay.
When you have good active wind up here, downswing will be automatically active.
Okay. Yeah.
But you are trying to put effort in the downswing by slowing down the backswing. But you have to be the other way.
The other way. Yeah. Okay. So you feel like a lot of effort back and just let it go. Okay. So.
And then the trigger and the backswing is a bit too cautious on this side.
Okay.
This is very much part of the whole rhythm here.
Okay.
So, try to feel.
I say feel the flow more.
Yeah, try to feel that you're dancing.
Okay.
So again, using the trigger motion, have active backswing. Set by set. So after finishing one set, and then start all over again.
Okay.
And then also, when you start the trigger, don't go that way first. So if you want this trigger here, you go this way first and then try to do the trigger. But eliminate this. Just go from there.
Go from start here or start here?
So from the center position,
Okay.
your trigger will just go this way here, without going that way first.
Oh, so more like start here and then.
Yeah.
Put like a pat for the back.
Yeah, so because in the end, we have to get rid of all the trigger motions.
Okay.
In the regular swing, you cannot move the club.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
But if you had too many things happening before the main backswing, then later when we try to migrate to regular swing, you'll have trouble.
Okay.
So try just limit the trigger motion to this motion only.
Okay.
Then you have to use your body to do
Okay.
this. So if you have to do this and then try to throw, that means you are relying on arm swing here. But if you go from here, just to use the body and then body trigger, that means that you engage the body.
It's the same feel like you said. I remember saying like a kettlebell, right? That's the feel I was using the weights to kind of.
Yeah. So the trigger should be just in this direction,
Okay.
using the body. The backswing is too cautious. And then basically what you need to use is the so-called shun rhythm, shift followed by turn.
Okay.
So when you start the backswing, it's not step and turn at the same time, but rather step first. So when it's still here, it's finishing the turn here, and you're taking the step already.
Okay.
And then after the step is done, then you start the turn here.
Okay.
So the step should be done a bit earlier.
So step, then.
So the step should be done at the end of each turn.
Okay.
Before it is completed, and then you will start the turn.
Okay.
So here, step and then turn, step and turn.
Okay.
Step always goes first, and then followed by the turn. Again. That way you can naturally do the backswing using the body first.
That felt robotic for me.
Yeah. So now, put more effort in the backswing, more active backswing, then automatically it will give you an active downswing.
But feel active with the body, right? Okay. I think I was using my arms before.
So naturally, what happens is that when you have active backswing using the body, the club goes more, so you have bigger backswing now.
Okay, so it will help me actually go more like this.
Yeah.
Like
Because the momentum, using the momentum, and let it go when you turn around, instead of try to bring high up here and then try to hit the ball down.
So I should feel probably all.
So use these muscles, and then have the image of turning the whole upper body by using these muscles here. Turn and then turn. So the whole purpose of the trigger motion is to promote the active backswing. And then when you have active backswing, automatically you have active downswing. So in the downswing, instead of having the image of turning the body a lot and then try to hit here, rather you have good wind up here. Using the wind up and then hit the ball.
Okay. So that should be more.
So have good active wind up and they build the tension. And with that, you're hitting the ball instead of turning the body a lot. Again. But this time the step was more like this. This time the step was, but rather you have to have good push, and then push, and then take this step. Yes. So when you have active backswing, at the same time you're pushing the ground good. With that push, you're introducing this step here.
Oh, okay.
So this motion here. This step. Instead of.
Yeah. I know. I'm still learning the waltz.
Yeah, so you have to use the legs really well. Particularly in the backswing, you have to use the right leg. Okay. Again. And still in the backswing, I don't see your good push. Okay. It's just the turning. Yeah. So here, instead of just the turning here, so drop the body slightly and then push up.
Oh, really? Okay.
In order to use the legs, then in order to push the ground well and then bring the body up, that before that you have to bend the knee slightly. So go up here and then drop slightly, then push. You need to have a up and down motion.
Okay. Yeah.
So, but the spine should stay this, this way. The whole body is moving up and down. This time you try to use the lowering first and then push, but it was too slow.
Push it faster.
Yes. So ultimately the goal is to make a fast backswing.
Yes.
Using the body. Using the body, yeah. Okay. Very good. So your finished position in the backswing now becomes more or less this here.
Okay. It's less being down like that.
Yeah. Okay. And then you have a lot bigger backswing. Again, the key is having active backswing by using the right leg.
So active active backswing by pushing that.
So in your case, because you're putting too much effort in the downswing without good support from the lower body, that's why the shot is scattered.
Yeah. Okay.
But when you have good wind up and then throw, wind up and then throw, it becomes more consistent.
Okay. All right.
And also, on this side, your wrist is too rigid when you do the trigger motion. So you're going more like this, but feel the motion of the clubhead.
Okay.
So you can let the clubhead go a bit more by using the pronation of the right forearm here. The bottom line is we are moving the clubhead around your body to hit the ball. So promote good clubhead motion. Feel the motion of the clubhead instead of limiting it with your wrist. Yeah, the key is feeling the motion of the clubhead. Again, step by step. Always come back here. So stage one, fit together. The trigger is too weak. If the trigger goes slowly, then the backswing will be also slow. So the trigger sets up everything. The trigger should be rhythmic, using your body. So left leg is pushing the ground and then Yeah. So remember, in order to have this step, you have to use the right leg well, right? So push, and then you are taking step this way. The same thing. This initial away step is also coming from the left leg push. Yeah. Good push, and then you will naturally have this step.
Good. Push this way.
Push in the trigger motion. The trigger motion here. This push gives this step here. This step, and then this push gives this step. So in order to take a step this way, you have to use this leg to push the ground this way. In order to take this step, you have to push the ground that way using this leg here.
Okay.
Always the step has to come from the push in the opposite side.
Okay. So you need to push, push.
Yes. So that's the dance, Shen dance. So always you have to initiate the shift earlier. That shift is coming from the push from the opposite side. Okay? So here, push and then take this step, and push and take this step.
So push. Don't put my push in the left foot. Push and push.
Yeah, but in the trigger motion, if you move your pelvis too much here, then it's hard to move this way.
Okay.
So basically, straighten this side here, and then have a little bit of inclination.
Oh, so more like this.
Yes,
Okay.
and then don't shift don't slide the pelvis too much this way. So just create the body posture with which you can push the ground more outward, down
So I
and
should just feel impact.
and then so with this push, your body naturally goes back. With that, you are taking the step.
And then.
So again,
That's it.
here.
Okay.
So from here, push will give you this step. The push will give you this step, and then this push will give you this step. Okay? So you are not intentionally taking step by reaching out, but rather that step is coming from the push in the opposite side. So that's why you have to use the legs really well. But again, make it rhythmic. So you have to a little bit of the feel of slight bouncing action. So this up and down motion, vertical rhythm. The vertical rhythm is the backbone of the entire swing. If you have a good vertical rhythm, everything comes together.
We mean by vertical before, like the pushing.
So push up.
Okay, that one. Okay, that's that. Okay.
It's essentially a stepping like action.
Okay.
Because at the beginning of the backswing, you will use the left leg push. During the backswing, you have a right leg push. And in the downswing, you have a left leg push.
Okay.
So taking turns.
Okay.
So push, push, push. So essentially, it's like a stepping leg action.
Okay.
The only thing is you're pushing outward, outward.
I like that.
Yeah, that a little bit of vertical motion, that gives you good rhythm. Now with that in place, let's do stage one again.
Okay.
So good trigger and have really active backswing. The goal is to have active backswing. And then active backswing, let it go. Yes. Again. So the goal is having, ultimately you want to have a really active backswing. That's all you need. Active backswing will give you large enough backswing, enough time for the transition. So when you have active backswing, then naturally you will have good downswing with the body support.
I was trying to do that, but I think I was using my arms.
Yeah, so when you become too cautious, that means you have to try to control it with your arms.
Yeah.
But the rhythm is coming from the leg actions here.
Okay.
So without using the arms.
Stage one?
Yeah. Now intentionally try to increase the speed in the backswing. Make it back the backswing faster. Look at that.
I felt like my body went fine.
When you have active backswing, downswing automatically becomes a lot simpler
Yeah.
and then active.
Okay.
So instead of paying attention to the downswing, pay attention to the backswing.
So I should feel it when I push. Is it more like my ankles? Where should I feel it?
You have to bring the hip up.
So but
Instead of moving the hip backward,
yeah.
bring the hip up and then up here.
So I should feel it like right like that.
Because this is inclined forward, the spine is inclined forward, and the swing plane is inclined here. You are trying to swing it along this plane here.
Okay.
The pelvis is behind here. This is the plane, the pelvis is here. So in order to swing everything along this plane here, if your pelvis turns this way a lot, then it's moving away from the swing plane.
Okay.
You have to have more parallel motion here, like this. That's why you have to bring this up and up here.
Okay, but with the push.
So the pelvis has to more turn this way here instead of going flat here.
Yeah, okay.
But that's why you need to bring the hip up.
And more forward.
Yes, yes. That way you can easily push the ground. Again, the bottom line is have this up and down feel here. This is coming from the leg action. That will dictate the overall rhythm.
Okay.
So just the active stepping action. Have good stepping action. And then no need to introduce any unnecessary movement. Your goal is just once the swing plane is established, you have active motion this way. It's just to reverse the direction and then let it go, instead of try to do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, when the motion gets motion gets faster and faster, it actually becomes simpler
Yeah.
because it will have the tendency of planar motion.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So all you need is just have fast motion, reverse the direction, and then let it go.
Okay. Can I let my hands just go? Just let it go like this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You actually have to add your wrist motion at the end,
Okay, so I can just let it sleep. All right.
as if you're throwing the
Well.
club.
Okay.
This time it was too slow. You were too cautious. Again, just to pay attention to the rhythm. It's not about this, but the leg action.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, got it now.
And then as you do, instead of using the arms a lot in the first motion, still you have to use the body really well.
Yeah.
Okay? So remember that the active backswing is coming from the body action.
Yeah.
And then arm motion is added at the end. So body first, and then add arm motion, and then wrist motion.
Okay. Well, that should just come naturally with the speed, right? I don't have to really polish it.
So don't worry about your body motion. Try to focus on something else.
Okay.
Perhaps throwing the club head to the target.
Okay.
Okay? So try to focus on something external to your body. Again, you didn't push that much with the. So this is stage one.
Okay.
Let me record the stage one, and then we'll move on to the stage two.
Okay.
So essentially what we'll do is we'll start eliminating the steps.
Okay.
Okay, stage one, ready, stage one, go. And swing and then finish nicely.
Okay.
Swing and finish nicely instead of.
Yeah.
Your goal is to throw the club and then have a stable finish. Okay, ready, stage one, go. Stage one, go. You see, you're just turning and then taking this step here. Instead,
Yeah.
you have to have this pushing action here.
Okay.
So,
So you kind of have to put the steps.
there's a lot more room in terms of.
It already looks a lot better. Kind of, I can feel it already.
So trigger and then coming back here.
Oh, it's way-
You see?
way better.
Yeah, you just turn and then just take this step. Instead,
Backswing looks better, right?
and then take step.
Okay.
So you should have some time gap here. So pushing, and then take the step instead of.
Okay.
You have to feel this push, and then take step.
Okay. Can I feel a pause at the top?
It's almost like a pose, but it's not actually
It's not,
a pose.
yeah.
You just simply have more time.
I saw Patrick Hanley was talking about that. He said he feels a pause, but it's not a pause.
It's not a pose.
Yeah.
So,
You have time.
but what you need to feel is good push, and then as a result of this push, you will have at the end you will have this shift motion.
Okay.
But if you go here,
Yeah.
then that means you're just intentionally taking this step,
Yeah.
and then you're not really pushing the ground that well with the right leg. So that's what I see here. So you have a lot more room for your right leg action. So going back here, you see, about here your foot is already leaving the ground. It's too early.
Yeah.
So you need to have good push, loading onto this side, and shift.
Okay.
So the right leg should be more active. Yeah, and then when we reach stage 3, then we'll also work on the initial shift back or recentering and then turn. But so this is let's go to the down the line view here. Stage 1, go. On the way down, you have to have the image of really throwing the club head
Okay.
instead of sliding and then pushing this down here. And then the blood will all be drawn to your fingers
Oh, there we go.
because you are turning
That's true.
so fast and then let it go.
Okay.
So now stage 2, start with the narrow steps.
Okay.
And then you are not taking the first step, only the second step here.
That's what I need to work on.
So shift it that way a bit more. So the right foot is in the right position, and then move the left foot a little bit in. Yeah.
Okay.
So still throw the trigger motion here. Trigger in the backswing, you are not taking the step, but still you need a good leg action, and only take this step. Let it go.
Okay.
So it's the same rhythm, but we are getting rid of the first step.
Okay.
At the backswing, try to move your body up.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you are lifting the upper body, but rather keeping this angle, then push up, stand tall by pushing the ground with the right leg.
Okay.
Again. And then in the downswing, instead of shifting this way a lot, you have to good push outward so that the body straightens here and then throw the club instead of shifting the body a lot.
What do you mean by push?
So you have to limit the shift.
Okay, so pull more.
You are shifting this way too much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this happens.
Okay.
So push this side and then push this side so that you are straightened this side.
So that.
Do not slide pelvis
Yeah.
too much.
Okay.
You still have a lot of preparatory motion. It's because your body does not have the rhythm. So you have to do something.
Okay.
So let's make it simple again.
Okay.
Just from here, throw and then start in the swing. Get rid of all the initial preparatory motion.
Just do it. So we can continue with it.
Yeah. Because your body is not doing it. That's why you have to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you use the body properly, then no need to have all those thoughts. Unless we are doing stage X.
Okay.
This is stage 2.
Okay.
So you have to limit the trigger to 1. One trigger, then swing. No, get rid of that.
Okay.
Just the actual stage 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to practice. You have to simplify the swing motion, so you don't have that too many unnecessary things.
Okay.
In order to develop the rhythm, you need those things to a certain extent. But when we've already started getting rid of the steps, that means it should be simpler.
Okay.
So without any additional preparatory motion, just to use the trigger motion as the preparatory motion. Again. Still, in the down, you are hitting hard in the downswing.
Okay.
So in your swing concept, what you're basically doing is by pushing this in a lot, try to swing hard.
Yeah.
But as I said, you have to put more effort in the backswing by using this winder up and try to throw.
Okay.
So you have to have good wind up. When you shoot an arrow,
Mm-hmm.
what matters is building good tension here and then let it go. You don't do this. So again, if you want to swing hard, then it should be from good wind up, not from a lot of effort.
Yeah. Okay. Is that better? Almost.
Still, your body is turning too much this way in the downswing. That means still you have a lot of emphasis here.
Oh, okay.
So in the downswing, you are throwing the club by coming from this closed position and the opening to this and then let it go, instead of turning here a lot and try to use the right arm to push. Engage the left arm more. So have good wind up here. The left arm is, these muscles are well stretched here. From here, by using this action and then throw, instead of go here and then.
Okay.
So from the closed position, and on the way down, you're developing speed and then just let it go in the finish, instead of pushing this side in a lot.
Okay.
That's why your pelvis is sliding quite a bit this way. Slide this way a lot. That means your emphasis on the right arm here. Try to push this in.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to make space here. That's why it has to slide.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are coming from this closest position, let it go.
Okay.
So you have to use the wind up here. Because if you do a backswing really actively, then you have this coiling effect. The muscles will be all elongated. That gives you the best condition. So good elongation of the muscles here, good stretch here. And then from here, taking advantage of this, you're throwing the club. Instead of just to go here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I got to feel the bridges properly.
So you have to use the end of the backswing and early part of downswing to promote good speed.
Okay.
So start the downswing with your back toward the target.
Okay.
So delay opening of the shoulders. From here, let it go instead of quickly turn around and then try
So more
to
like-
push the right arm.
Like that.
And then use the left side.
Should I feel some like resistance? My core.
You will have the tension building.
Okay.
So put your right hand on your belt
Okay. Yeah.
and then facing this way.
Okay.
And then do the backswing with the left arm only. Good wind up there. And then in the downswing, you're throwing the left arm toward me. Okay, again. So in order to throw the left arm good, you have to turn your shoulder good, and from here, throw.
Okay.
You have to really throw the arm,
Okay.
not just the turning. It's too quick. Give enough time, wind up, and then let it go. Let's use this rope and try to throw the rope both ways. So you need to develop good speed of the end of the rope. So here, throw. Feel the motion of the end of the rope. And then just try to throw the rope instead of using your arms a lot. Throw. No, it should be faster. The end of the rope should be faster. The key is developing good speed of the end of the rope both ways. Keep swinging. Keep swinging both ways. Active backswing. Stand tall in the backswing on the right side. Pay attention to the end of the rope. Throw both ways. Backswing is slow. Yes. Now here. With the dead active backswing, the backswing is a lot better. When you went slow, it went flat.
Okay.
But because this is faster here, the end of the rope just keeps moving and then going around your body.
Okay.
So the swing plan was a lot better.
Okay.
So let's do it again. I will record this.
Okay. Need a lot.
Okay, ready, go. Very good. Now, let's take a look at this. Now you can do a backswing actively.
With a rope.
Oh. Very good. Now, because the rope is fast, now it automatically goes around your
Okay.
body. And then the next one, as you do this, start the swing with the both hands, but then the right hand is off. So just to use it, left hand only.
Okay.
So throw here, throw, maintain the plane.
Okay.
If you drag it too much, then it'll go inward.
To swing on the left arm?
Yeah. So start from the both arms,
Okay.
and then just use the left arm only.
Okay. So start like this and then bring it back to the left arm?
So a few times, maybe about 3 times, and then
Okay.
start swinging with the left arm only.
Okay.
It's going inward
Yeah, it felt weird.
because you're pulling it.
Yeah.
So just throw it.
Okay.
Using the body motion, develop the speed and then throw it so that the rope comes this way.
Okay.
So the idea is you have to develop speed on this side on the way down, using the speed and then let it go instead of try to bring it all the way up. So when your right arm is active, then it's late because you try to do a lot of things here.
Yeah.
But if you're actually generating speed here and then let it go, you don't have to turn a lot.
Okay.
So you have tendency of turning this way, sliding and then turning this way quite a bit.
Yeah.
But if you have the image of developing speed here and then let it go, instead of dragging all the way in, then that's better. So again, you're throwing the rope, right? End of the rope, throw. Yes. Using the speed and let it go. Now, let's do the opposite. So let's use the right arm here.
Okay.
So what we can do is swing, right, throw. Instead of
Yeah.
coming all the way,
Yeah.
just here, let it go. So this side is motion. This side motion of the rope is coming from the speed of the rope instead of adding additional effort here.
Okay.
So start with the both, and then use the right arm only. Still, it's coming in too much. Yeah, just throw it here, throw it and let it go.
Okay.
Throw it and let it go.
We're constant because we're taught to pull up with your life. All this.
You try to use your
Yeah,
arms
I
here.
feel it.
It's instead of using the arms, it's just the body. Actually, shoulder turn and then let it go. Shoulder turn and then let it go. You have to throw the rope with the shoulder turn, not the arm action here.
Oh. Okay.
So here,
Okay, so I'll do it.
when
So I'm trying to throw
you
my arm right now.
yeah, when you throw the rope here, using the shoulder motion here, let it go, let it go, let it go. So in my case, my hands ends up about here, and then let it go. In your case,
Yeah.
it's because you are dragging it a lot.
Okay. So. it needs
So
to
use
be-
the body motion, body turn to promote the speed, and then simply throw the rope.
Or like that. Is that wrong?
No, so try to put the effort here
Okay. So more like
on the way down.
that.
Yeah, and then let it go. As if you are shaking off, a sticker.
Yeah.
Yes, like that. Yes. Yes. Now both hands.
Okay.
Feel the same thing. You are shaking off a sticker at the end. That way you don't have to turn a lot
Okay.
because you have the tendency of going.
Why not? I was wondering if my right arm I was checking my other finger just to stick. My left arm is like 130, but then the right arm is slow. I'm mostly slower.
So again, when your trunk muscles generate the large torque,
Uh-huh.
is between this and when the club becomes vertical. So
Okay.
still when the arm is about here, actually your trunk muscles that generate the most amount of torque.
Okay.
Okay? And then if you try to put a lot of effort after that, it's late.
Okay.
So have the image of throwing, develop the speed and throw. In order to do that, you have to use this wind up well.
Okay.
Doing this and the body turn, and then let it go, let it go.
So what do I let it go with?
So use the body first,
Okay, so body first, and then just let it.
and then simply let it go.
Let it go.
Instead of trying to drag it all the
Yeah,
way.
'cause I think I was trying to feel like this, and then it's gonna feel okay.
And your body is going down, and then
Yeah.
the pelvis is, the hip is moving backward quite a bit.
Okay.
But if you're developing good speed here, with it, let it go,
Okay.
let it go, no need to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So try to build the speed here,
Uh-huh.
and using that speed, simply let the rope go.
Okay.
Instead of dragging all the way.
So let it go here,
Mm.
basically. The feel.
Mm.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So that, because of that, you have to use the wind up really well.
Yeah.
Shoulder wind up, using the shoulder turn here, and then throw. And then imagine that there's a sticker attached at the end of the rope. You want to shake it off by swinging.
Oh, okay. There we go.
So by throwing the rope, you are shaking it off.
Okay. Okay. So.
Using the wind up, throw, wind up, throw, wind up, throw. Yes. Now you have this action here.
Okay.
Then you will feel that your blood is
Yeah.
all moving toward your fingers. By using the backswing really well, and then the transition really well, you are developing good body motion, and then using this shoulder turn here, that you generate the initial motion here, and then let it go instead of dragging it all the way.
And then that should this everything should. Okay. Yeah, everything should sync up.
Part of the reason why you cannot control the direction that well is because your pelvis is sliding too much.
Yeah.
You try to do everything with the arms, but this is coming in too much.
Yeah.
It's hard to control.
Okay.
But if here, then let it go, hit the ball, this actually becomes a lot more consistent.
Okay.
So again, try to shake off the sticker.
Okay.
Yes. So that's the idea. Okay. Letting it go, let it go. Now let me record this. So start with the both hands,
Okay.
and then go to right arm only, and then left arm only, and then back to both hands.
Okay.
Okay. Ready, go. Right hand only. Throw. Now left only.
I think I'm losing balance.
If you lose the balance, either your gaze is moving or your body is turning too much.
Actually, my eyes are closed a little bit. Okay. So okay, I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah, when you close your eyes, often you lose balance.
Okay. Very good. Keep my eyes open.
So again, so both hands, right hand only, left hand only, and the both. Just a swing, each maybe 3 times.
Okay.
So 3 times with both hands, 3 times with the right, 3 times with the left, and then 3 times both.
Okay.
Okay, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now you can really snap it.
Yeah.
It's because you don't drag it all the way. So your habit is you tend to drag all the way. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, now you're throwing it.
That looks way different, I can see.
Yeah. Let the head go, right? Let the rope go.
Oh, am I losing balance? I'm probably doing this too much, probably. Okay, I need to get my head more.
You do have that tendency,
Yeah.
turning the body a lot. So instead, try to keep the keep the body closed more.
Okay, that's on the 2000.
And then so you're coming out of the closed position, and then throw here. Throw instead of from the neutral position to open position.
Okay.
Not doing this, instead from closed position to neutral, almost the neutral here, instead of.
Yeah.
So that's the image you want to have.
Okay.
Now, with that feel of throwing, so shaking off a sticker, yeah, let's go to a stage 1. Again, on the way down, you are throwing the club head to shake it off, right?
Yeah.
Instead of dragging all the way. You know, to maintain good balance, then you have to use the legs actively. When the legs dictate everything, then you can maintain the balance better. But if the upper body is active and the lower body is passive, then you lose balance.
Well, I was wondering, 'cause I got taught to like not look at the balls too, so I'm since you guys need to open my head like this.
Let it go.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
stage 1,
Stage 1. So the
2 steps. 2 steps.
Okay, and throw the stick.
Pay attention to the motion of the club head.
Okay. Wow.
Again. And then we are rushing a little bit at the top.
Okay.
So keep a bit more time at the top. Have enough time for the step, and then let go.
Okay.
Again. Yeah, still rushing a little bit.
It's when the notch is ready, you feel it.
Now stage 2.
Okay.
So eliminate the first step. So widen your stance a little bit. Again. Yeah. So that's stage 2. Let me record stage 2. Yeah, your clubhead motion is now better.
Oh, you can hear it.
You are letting it go.
You can really hear it. Sounds like a.
So oftentimes you feel you are putting a lot of effort, but actually it may not be actually increase the clubhead speed, but rather your body is moving a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, stage 2.
Stage 2.
Okay, ready, stage 2, go. Ready, stage 2, go. Stage 2, go. Go. Actually, you did the stage 1.
Yeah.
It's natural to have a little step. So instead of taking a step, you can just lift
Oh, okay.
the heel. That's also.
Okay, that'll be an easier thing. I was trying this on my own, and I got confused.
But once you develop the rhythm, then naturally you will have to do something.
Yeah. I like that rope thing a lot. I can feel it.
Now let me play this. This was your initial stage 1. This is the stage 1 you did. Look at it. Yeah, but and then the final position, and then it's a slow. But this stage 2 you just did. A lot faster.
I lose balance also.
And then a lot faster here.
Yeah.
Again, let me compare this. So
This is the old one.
stage 1.
Okay. Okay.
This is the
Yeah.
stage 1 you did. Stage 2.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually a lot faster now.
Okay.
So the bottom line is the key is the end of the club head. the motion of the club head, not your body motion here.
Okay.
So you have to use a motion pattern which promotes motion of the club head. And on the way down, here's the impact position. Here you have to accelerate the club head. And then near the impact, zero acceleration. And after that, you have deceleration. There's no reason to put a lot of effort on this side and also turning a lot. Once you develop enough speed and deliver the club head to where the ball is, then just let it go. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So no need to excessively turn this way.
Okay.
Stage 3, regular stance, no step,
Okay.
but still use the trigger motion. Again, you are shaking off a sticker.
Okay.
Again. Yes. Yes. So all your concern is just develop enough speed and deliver the club head to where the ball is.
Okay.
That's all you need. Again, stage 3. And in the backswing, use a more active leg action.
Okay.
That's always the key. Now, here, let's add another dimension here. So let's do stage 3 again. I will watch from this direction. Stage 3. And then when you do stage 3, go up and then backswing here. Instead of just turning around, go up here and then shift slightly backward and then turn around. You need to introduce this recentering motion.
Okay.
This recentering motion is happening as part of the backswing. So initial shift away and then recenter and then let it go.
Okay.
So as you recenter, your shoulder is still turning in the backward direction. So that way you will naturally have a delayed or elongated transition phase. Okay, so go up here, instead of just opening here, go up here, slightly moving backward while you are recentering, still the shoulder turning, and then let it go.
Okay.
So try to add that.
Try to add that.
So in order to add that recentering motion, initially you have to have good shift away. When you have good shift away, and by pushing the ground, you will naturally be able to bring your body back.
Will the recentering motion happen if I give it more time?
No. Don't try to intentionally give more time.
Okay.
Actually, by having good recentering motion, you will have more time.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So, but you have to have a good initial shift away.
Okay.
Shift away and recentering here.
Okay.
Let's actually practice this using the arms. Just so here, go to backswing here, and then let's do it again. As you go here, shift away, and then recentering, and then yeah. So actually, the recentering doesn't have to be too much. You're just coming back to your initial position.
Okay.
So shift away and then recenter.
Okay.
So again, shift away and then recenter. So try to do it. Yes. So it's easier if you have a good shift here. It's easier to recenter.
So I should feel a lot of pressure with my.
No, not that. So still during the recentering motion, more force is acting on this side here.
Okay.
Because you are pushing the ground to create this recentering motion.
Okay, so I feel pressure.
If you actually have more force on the left side, then it's like a second tilt.
Yeah. Okay. Like that?
So when you do that, and then if you push the ground really well with the right leg, automatically you will come
Okay.
slightly
So
backward. Yeah.
Okay.
And as you recenter, you're still turning.
Yeah, because then I would have to step before I go back.
Yeah. So again,
Okay.
again. Yeah, and then remember, you don't have to shift this way too much.
Oh.
Just shift away and then come back to the initial position.
Okay.
It's called recentering, and then swing. Yeah. So by having that recentering, And by overlapping, backswing turn, backward turn and recentering, then you automatically have more time here. Also, you can engage these muscles more.
Basically, you do the complete opposite of what they're doing.
So if you go up here, just to try to open here, you use arms here, but go up here, and then as you shift, still turning here, and then start the swing, you engage these muscles.
Okay.
Yeah. So always when you start the shifting motion, while you are recentering, still your shoulder is turning more. Give extra shoulder turn while you are recentering. Now let's try to feel that with the club. Stage 3. So you have to have a good shift away with that recentering while still turning. Again.
I have a question. Okay, I remember you saying about the pelvis should be like more that way. Because I was taught to like this. That way one was balanced.
No need to intentionally try to control those.
Okay. No,
Just
on set. Right?
On set, no need to intentionally do anything.
Oh,
Just assume a comfortable position.
Okay, whatever's comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you.
So when you have that recentering motion, you cannot turn this way a lot.
Okay.
Because while you're still turning, you have extra shoulder turn, and then you recenter here. From this point, you try to swing. That it's hard to go all the way here.
Okay.
So then you'll be able to throw the club head more towards me.
The recentering, you said I'm supposed to feel the push on my right, correct?
Yeah.
And then
By using your right leg.
my right leg, and then I'm feeling it, and then it goes like that. Right?
Yeah. So the left side will be dropped.
So then push.
Yes.
Okay.
And then no need to shift this way too much.
Okay.
Just to go shift away and then recenter. This is literally it's a recenter.
Okay.
Coming back to the initial position and then turn around.
This is like.
So in other words, still you tend to have shifted this way too much.
Yeah.
So in other words, when we have a recenter, it's a matter of timing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? It's not about how much you recenter.
Okay.
So go up here, and while you are slightly recentering, you still let it go. Let the body turn more. Here, with that, you have a mature transition here. And then let it go.
Okay.
But if you shift too much, then
Yeah.
here, you have to use
So
arms.
it's about finding my rhythm for that, basically.
So create a wall here. Create a wall here so that you don't go any further than that. Okay? So go here in the recenter, and then as you swing, your left leg is pushing the ground down and out here. So it will prevent the body shifting this way too
Am I
much.
left or pushing?
Pushing this way.
So pushing that way?
Pushing this way here.
Oh, this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That way it will limit this motion.
Okay. Okay.
So you are missing that.
Well, I used to do this. I mean, I went to go like that. Is that like the same?
That's okay. That's okay.
Because the longer I gotta do that. Okay.
But no need to intentionally try to jump.
Well, I'm more like dragging. Right?
Yeah, because of your leg, your shape, the shape of your leg, you may need it to a certain extent.
Okay. So let me just feel that. Okay.
So again, the goal is to turning the upper body and then throwing the club, not about moving a lot.
Okay.
The leg actions will actually promote a good upper body turn.
Okay.
That's the key.
That better?
No need to intentionally try to step this way.
Okay.
Just let the club go.
Let's let the club go.
Yeah. Now the club motion is a lot faster. Good.
Yeah. Here.
So stage three.
Stage 3.
Remember, you have to have that recentering.
Okay. Stage 3 is this one. This
No
one.
step, no step.
Okay.
Stage 1, 2 steps. Stage 2, 1 step. Stage 3, no step.
Okay.
Again, still you're turning the body a lot.
Okay.
Again, remember the downswing is from the closed position to neutral position.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, not from neutral to open.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, and then you are shaking off the sticker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good rhythmic motion, good up and down rhythmic motion. Let it go. Yeah.
It feels like to me it has a lot to do with my eyes. When I get like that, yeah.
Yeah, when you turn the body a lot, then you also have tendency of losing the gaze here.
You know what's weird? I only do it when there's no golf ball. If there's no golf ball, I'll do it with golf ball. So it might be better I normally swing.
Yeah, so let's record the stage 3. Give me a good recentering and then enough time at the top. Okay, ready, stage 3, go. Ready, stage 3, go. Still, the transition is a bit too quick this
Yeah,
time.
I need to get fast on my backswing there.
So you have to have really a mature backswing, but so let's see the frontal view here. Stage 3, go. Stage 3, go.
My head stayed down lower there. That's why I didn't do it.
Now you have this recentering.
Yeah.
So go to stage 2 that you did earlier. You see?
Yeah.
Step and then just a swing here.
Yeah. Just
Now with the stage 3 here, you do have this recentering motion added.
Okay.
This is the natural.
I know the step stuff it really throws me off. My brain's like.
So this is the natural flow.
Okay.
Before you turn, you must have shift first and then turn. Now, so let's go to the stage 1.
It looks so slow. I can see the
Yeah,
difference.
yeah, yeah.
You can see it.
And then stage 2. Stage 2 is a bit faster
Okay.
because you start engaging these muscles instead of trying to use the right arm here.
Okay.
So, in order to engage these muscles, you have to have that overlap of recentering and then backward rotation.
Okay.
So before the rotation is completed, you start the recentering. With that further rotate, that will give you a more mature transition. And from there, more closed position, so the body is more wound up, right? From here, when you start to swing, you naturally engage these muscles here.
Okay.
But go stop about here, and then just to try to open, and you try to use the arms a lot. Then the effort is just limited
Yeah.
to the arms here.
Okay.
So that's the idea. Now, let's intentionally, let's go to stage X. Stage X. Stage X is you're repeating this a few times, but let's limit it to 3. So here, 1, 2, 3, swing.
Okay.
So count the trigger motion. In other words, stage X with the 3 trigger motions. So 1 back, 2 back, 3 back, swing.
Oh. Okay.
So stage X with the 3 triggers.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, swing. As you do that, try to make the trigger motion smaller.
Okay.
So only about this much here.
Okay.
So in other words, you are not swinging this side, this way, just a drop back, drop back, drop back,
Try to start from those elbows.
So emphasizing the right leg action. So make the backswing really active, but coming down, come down, come down. But it has to be a rhythmic.
So like right here, son? Yeah, so more. Okay.
Down, down. And then on this side, the trigger was almost this high here. So you just let it go, but instead, intentionally just drop it here.
Okay.
So only put effort in the backswing.
Okay.
Downswing almost no effort, but still overall make it rhythmic.
Yeah. Okay.
It's continuous rhythmic motion. Because we are intentionally emphasizing the backswing here. Ooh, use the legs. Yeah, here. When the trigger motion is big, you can easily do the active backswing using the arm motion here.
Yeah.
But if you go here, you cannot use the arm that way. You have to use the.
Well, I was seeing, I know you worked at Junior Cooper, and what do you think about that move? It kind of goes like that. Kind of like that.
So try to push something up,
Yeah.
as if you are starting a more.
Okay.
But the thing is that we're emphasizing the backswing here. Again, let me, here, so, so limit this motion here.
Okay.
And then this backswing, active backswing, should come from the right leg action, not from this arm swing here.
Okay. Oh, sir. Okay.
Again, stage X with the 3 triggers. So this is basically to awaken your right leg in the backswing. Okay? And then currently you are turning that way too much inward. So try to throw the club head more laterally.
Okay.
Now let's go to a stage 3. That means we have only one trigger.
Okay.
Okay. Now with just one trigger with a similar concept.
Okay.
Emphasizing the backswing. And then let it go. After that, let it go. You have one trigger. So now we're connecting stage X, stage 3, and the regular swing. So initially three triggers. 1, 2, 3, swing. 3 triggers. Then one trigger, swing, and then.
Okay. All right.
So let's see how smoothly you can migrate from the stages to your regular swing. So stage X with the 3 triggers. No. That's stage 1. Stage 3. So first, let's do 3 triggers, then 1 trigger, and then your regular swing.
Okay. No swing through? Just action?
No, the first one is the stage X with the 3 triggers,
Okay. And then go. Okay.
with emphasis in the backswing.
Okay.
And then the second one is stage 3, which has 1 trigger, right? Swing.
Okay.
And then the third one is your regular swing.
Okay.
Three, ooh. And then stage 3, so 1 trigger motion. Then the backswing is slow.
Yeah.
You have the emphasis on the backswing, so. The trigger was too big.
Okay.
Remember, in stage X, we try to reduce the size of the trigger motion.
Oh, I see stage 1 there. Okay.
So stage 3 the same.
Oh, stage 2.
When you have 1 trigger, still you have a smaller one, but really active backswing.
Okay.
So let's go back all the way back. So again, stage X with the 3 trigger motions. 1, 2, ooh, 3, ooh, let it go. And then stage 3 with 1 trigger motion. The trigger was a bit too small, and the backswing is not that active. You have to carry the rhythm over to stage 3. Now regular swing without the trigger motion, but you will have to have a similar body motion. So that's the idea. So what we are trying to do here is using the motions with the trigger, you develop the rhythm,
Okay.
carry that rhythm all the way to your regular swing. Again, repeat the whole thing. So 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and regular. Yeah, that's the idea. So you have to practice this a lot.
Yeah. So I feel like I think I was doing the right idea with this. I was using my arms to touch my body.
So the reason why we reduce the size of the trigger motion is because we want to now emphasize the backswing with the driven by the right leg.
Okay.
So when this is small, when this is big, then you can use this motion here to have active backswing. But when the trigger is small, then you have to use the leg actively to have active backswing. Again, 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and regular. So ride the rhythm, dance, dance, dance. So the trick when in the regular swing, when you cannot use the club trigger, what you can do is you can lift the right heel and then start. Okay. So it's called the body trigger.
I can do that too. Okay. But you said this way, not this way.
This way.
That's like my normal trigger. Okay.
You have to shift the weight to this side and then go to the right side.
That's my normal trigger.
And then remember, you always need to have a shift away and the recenter, good recentering motion, and then throw the club.
Okay. That was a good backswing. I felt that.
Yeah. So that's a very different swing. Now let me record. So do all 3.
Okay.
More than anything, you have to really enjoy the rhythm.
Yeah.
And then as we connect all these different stages and the regular swing, you have to develop good overall rhythm.
Yeah. Okay.
So all right, ready. 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and regular. Go. Then 1 trigger. The regular. Yes. One more from here. Okay, again. Ready. 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and then the regular. Go. Yeah, your swing is a lot more active now.
No, I know. I can see my club head. Like,
yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea.
Yeah.
No need to limit it here.
Yeah.
So frontal view here. 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and the regular. Go. Then 1 trigger. The regular.
Oh yeah. John, really watch out. Okay.
Look at this. Yeah, now your slight recentering is a part of your swing.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's go back to the very first one here.
Oh. Yeah.
This is what you were doing.
Yeah, I can tell right.
Ooh!
Yeah.
But now, if you go to the last one here.
Yeah, it's a different person.
Down the line here. Ready, 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and then regular, go. You see, you have to moving the body slightly before you start the backswing.
Yeah.
That's the idea. So once you get used to the rhythm, automatically you will do this.
Okay.
Now, so you will hit the ball.
Okay.
So again, 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and then the regular swing hit the ball.
Okay.
So for the triggered motion, you have to probably move slightly backwards so that you don't hit the ball. But go ahead. 3 triggers, 1 trigger.
Can I go in front?
You can go there, yeah.
Okay, so you want to do the triggers and then regular swing.
Regular swing hit the ball.
Okay.
But when you hit the ball, don't worry about where the ball goes.
Yeah.
Just
feel the
try to
rhythm.
maintain the body motion.
Just feel the rhythm.
Yeah.
Okay. The stage ends.
Mm-hmm. That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's the idea. Now he's doing really good in backswing. Yeah. So practice this a lot for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is the last one I will record. Yeah. Okay. So ready. 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and hit the ball. And then you have to control the clubhead delivery.
Yeah,
You hit the ground.
I hit the ground first.
Again, ready, 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and hit the ball. For a while, instead of hitting a lot of balls, try to work on the rhythm all the time.
Yeah.
And then already you're now into this rhythmic motion with emphasis on the backswing.
Okay.
So you just keep practicing, and then make sure you deliver the clubhead properly. 3 triggers, 1 trigger, and hit the ball. You get the body posture.
Yeah.
3 triggers, 1 trigger, and hit the ball. Even the backswing is really big, but still the clubhead stays relatively close to the swing plane, so it's not a problem at all.
Yeah. I think if I just keep the rhythm, everything should.
Yeah. So practice this a lot. Okay.
Okay.
And then, So this rope is yours.
Oh, thank you.
Just, do the rope swing a lot. Make sure you shake it off.
Yeah.
And then now we have a new souvenir here.
Oh, cool.
It's a ball mark
Oh, wow.
with the TW logo here. So
Very cool.
this one is for you and one is for your dad.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Okay, that was awesome.